of August 2019. India's re-invasion and reoccupation of the illegally occupied territory through barrel of the gun have further alienated the Kashmiri people. Over 900,000 occupation troops have perpetuated the worst reign of terror upon innocent Kashmiris. It has been 18 months since the continuous military siege, communications blockade, media blackout, and unprecedented restrictions on the fundamental freedoms were imposed in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The extrajudicial killing of young Kashmiris in fake encounters and staged cordon and search operations has become irregular occurrence in Jammu and Kashmir. Over 300 innocent Kashmiris have been martyred by the Indian occupation forces since the 5th of August 2019. In further acts of brutalization, even mortal remains of martyred Kashmiris are not handed over to their families for proper burial. Kashmiri houses are being destroyed to inflict collective punishment on the Kashmiri communities and neighborhood. The senior Kashmiri leadership, including founding leader of Kashmiri organization Doktaran-e-Millat and the Iron Lady of Kashmir, Asian Darabi, leader and founder of the Jammu and Kashmir Democratic Freedom Party, Shabir Ahmad Shah, prominent leaders such as Yasin Malik, Musarrat Alam Bhatt, Muhammad Ashraf Serahi and others remain jailed on fake malicious and trumped-up charges. Thousands of Kashmiri youth remain incarcerated, including many at undisclosed locations away from their families. Ladies and gentlemen, the real objective of the RSS-BJP regime behind its illegal actions of 5th of August 2019 was obvious. India wanted to change the demographic structure of the occupied territory in violation of the UN Security Council resolutions and the international law, including the 4th Geneva Convention. In its march towards this illegal and inhuman end, the BJP government has already issued over 1.8 million bogus domicile certificates to non-Kashmiris to settle them in the illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir to undermine the plebiscite in accordance with the UN Security Council resolutions. Despite unprecedented atrocities and brutalization at the hands of Indian occupation troops, Kashmiris have refused to be subjugated by India. The Kashmiris' resolve for freedom from Indian occupation has only become stronger in the face of Indian atrocities. Through their supreme sacrifices, Kashmiris have made it crystal clear that Jammu and Kashmir is not the so-called integral part of India. It never was, it never will be. Ladies and gentlemen, today, the world is witnessing rise of ultra-nationalism, racism, fascism, religious hatred and intolerance in India in the garb of Hindutva supremacist ideology championed by the RSS-inspired BJP government, which has been using violence to achieve its illegitimate objectives. The Hindutva ideology is not only a threat to the Kashmiris, but to India's own nationals as well, particularly Muslims. Targeted attacks and discriminatory measures against Muslims are rampant in the BJP's India, ranging from policies of systematically disenfranchising Muslims to physical assaults and other anti-Muslim actions under the bogey of love jihad and corona jihad, designed to demonize, dispossess and further marginalize Muslims. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan continues to expose the horrific atrocities perpetrated by Indian occupation forces. The Jammu and Kashmir dispute has become the headline news. I cannot think of a time when the issue of Jammu and Kashmir was internationalized on this scale before. Several credible reports from human rights organizations and media outlets have already censured India on its ongoing military siege, clampdown on communications, media blackout, and the use of other measures to perpetuate its illegal occupation. On the diplomatic front, India is facing humiliation after humiliation internationally following its illegal and unilateral actions in Jammu and Kashmir. Since August 5th, 2019, 3 meetings of the UN Security Council have been held to deliberate on the Jammu and Kashmir dispute, which is a categorical rebuttal of India's fictitious claim of the dispute being an internal matter. In addition, a number of parliaments, including the European Union, UK and the US Congress, have reviewed the situation in the illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir on different occasions. In a recently held debate at the British Parliament on the political situation in Jammu and Kashmir, the British parliamentarians have called out the BJP government for its ongoing brutal and systematic violence against innocent Kashmiris. The increasing international denunciation of India's brutal campaign is indeed a step in the right direction. However, there is still a lot to be done that will help pave the way for early resolution of the Jammu and Kashmir dispute, which is a prerequisite for durable peace and stability in South Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, the unflinching belief of the Kashmiri people in their just struggle for freedom from Indian occupation fills our hearts with great pride. Their resilience in the face of unspeakable atrocities being perpetuated by Indian occupation forces is remarkable. On its part, Pakistan's ultimate objective remains the resolution of the Jammu and Kashmir dispute as per the wishes of the Kashmiri people and relevant resolutions of the UN Security Council through a free and impartial plebiscite under the UN auspices. The people and government of Pakistan remain committed to extend full support to the just cause of Kashmiris' right to self-determination. We will not let anyone take away Kashmir from Kashmiris. This cause and the struggle is just, sacred and non-negotiable. The Kashmiri spirit will ultimately triumph, inshallah. I thank you. I just want to add to this, we keep talking about Kashmir and we keep addressing international governments and, at different forums. But in my view, I think our strategy should somewhat change. It should be more focused on human rights organizations, because many democracies claim that they are torchbearers of human rights, and the new Biden administration is, talking of human rights. We need to engage more actively with parliaments. with think tanks and people. Until we can build pressure of public opinion, governments, because of political expediency and realpolitik, perhaps knowing what's going on, fully aware of what the Indians are up to in the occupied territory, will keep looking the other way. It's a tall order in the environment that we are working in. Nonetheless, it's a just cause. We believe in it, and the Kashmiris are looking up to Pakistan in particular to stand with them. And I'm confident that despite different views on different issues within Pakistan, despite the political polarization in the country, on this issue, the nation is one and should remain one. Thank you.